Today I will be answering Amy's commonly asked diabetes question, which was, my doctor says I need to start carbohydrate counting. What does this mean? How many carbohydrates am I supposed to eat each day? How often should I eat? I feel overwhelmed. I wanted to say, Amy, I totally understand how overwhelming it can feel when you're being introduced to a new thing, such as carbohydrate counting. My goal is to break this down into simple, easy to understand ways so you feel more confident using carbohydrate counting as a tool so that we can help manage your blood sugar, especially when you're using insulin therapy. So I wanted to start with the basics by talking about carbohydrates and insulin. So carbohydrates are our main body source of energy. When we eat them, they turn into blood sugar and enter the bloodstream. So this in turn increases our blood sugar levels. And in diabetes, the body has a harder time moving that sugar into the cells to be used for energy. And this is where insulin is going to come in. So insulin is a hormone made by the pancreas that helps move blood sugar into your cells. If you're on insulin therapy, carbohydrate counting is going to be a really great tool because it lets you match the amount of insulin that you take with the amount of carbs that you're going to be consuming at each meal. So, what does carbohydrate counting actually mean? Carbohydrate counting is simply tracking how many carbohydrates you're going to be eating in grams. Since carbohydrates have the biggest effect on blood sugar compared to protein and fat, we are going to be focusing on this and knowing how much you are having at one time to prevent blood sugars from climbing too high or from dropping too low. Over time, this can be really helpful with managing your diabetes. So, how many carbohydrates should I eat and when? So there isn't one perfect number or a one size fits all, unfortunately. We are going to make sure that your needs are individualized. So as a general guideline, it is recommended that the RDA is at least 130 grams of carbohydrates per day. However, this will vary based on your personal needs. So it may be higher, and that is okay. And what is most important is going to be consistency at each meal. So with diabetes, we want to make sure that we are consuming between 30 to 60 grams of carbohydrates at each meal. And with increased understanding, this will really help us understand how much insulin we are going to need. So my goal is to help you build an eating pattern that feels realistic for your lifestyle. There are also tons of tools that we can use to help you understand portion sizes and the carb amounts in each food that you commonly eat. This will really help blood sugar management over time. I hope this helps, Amy, and I'm here to support you getting comfortable with carbohydrate counting. Thank you.